my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Okay, so yesterday I left out a segment on the video, most of it the critter segment. What? Okay, so I've never professed to be a professional videographer. I'm not a professional video editor. I am self-taught. not such a good teacher, I guess. Okay, so we have to start off with the part that I missed, just wrapping up the Mikasa. So let's just take a look. It's kind of weird to have a blank design wall. It doesn't stay blank for very long, does it? So Mikasa, the top, here's the backing, and I put the binding on one of my spools. Oh, isn't that cute? I thought, oh, I'm going to get one of those and wrap it, because I was starting to wrap it around my hand. I'm like, I'm going to get one of these. This is what the spools are. They are from Textile Mill, and oh, so cute. A little clip to hold it, of course, in blue. So these will go on the side with the pattern, so don't forget what they're for. But this is going to go and get done, I think, pretty quick. Whether the binding gets on quick, that's another thing. Maybe my new goal, I think, is to do the binding as it comes back. And then that means working backwards through my backlog of like 15 quilts that need binding, which really isn't that bad. But I think I have to go just from today forward. What comes in gets binding on it, which means the next thing I'm going to work on today is that library binding. But first, I got the mail. Had a few cute letters from Texas. So the first one is from Cindy in Texas, and she sent me a critter. That's why it says cute mail. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, we got the doe. Look how sweet this is. She was making several of these, and I believe from what she said, that's like her sister's nickname is Doe. Isn't that, oh, that's so precious. So precious. Don't eat the hostas though. Do not eat the hostas. Okay. Love it. And then also from Texas is Bettina. Look at that. I love this. Oh, give me a home. And what's the rest of that? Say it, say it, say it. Where the buffalo roam. And look at this pretty card. Look at this. So, what's in here? Well, first of all, she sent me a yummy Starbucks. Mwah, thank you. And now I can't see what's in here. Okay, I have to cough. Hold on. Open, open, open. Look how cute he is. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Where the Buffalo Roam is a Wild West series from Blue House Graphics. So I will link you to this and the doe at the critters page at I Love to Make Quilts. So darn cute. So darn cute. All right, one of the things, I want to just give you a thought, my background thought, or my thoughts on the critters. They are amazing. This is much more than I had expected. I didn't, and which I love. I'm loving it. But the thing is, I'm going to have to get the critters on my schedule as an actual project now. So there you go. 2 more critters for the pool. They are going to be so cute. Yeah, I'm now really itching to get them out and put them into, see if I can get 3 different groupings. There are about 60 critters to work with. So that means 20 in a quilt, about. It's not going to be perfectly 20 in each quilt because of the size of them. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I'm excited to get them on my schedule as a working project now so that I can make them happen. Make the quilts happen. Okay, today is also the kickoff of Evergreen, the mystery quilt from the Fat Quarter Shop. It is on Tuesdays for 5 weeks. And so this is week number 1. And there you go. So I am selecting my fabric and looking at that. And so we're going to go to the other side to do it. I'm excited to kick off Evergreen with you and the Fat Quarter Shop. So here we go. It is the first week. And so we're doing a whole row at the bottom of the quilt. And I'm going to give you a few tips because, I do have a little insider information. So you want to just listen. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm just going to give you a couple little tips on things like color of the fabric. Okay, got that. But no blasting the secrets or anything. So we're using a layer cake. We are using you got their, whoops, let me get the supply list. You got your supply list, and you had to have some 3/4 of a yard of what they're calling the tree print. The accent tree is a smaller piece, and then your background, wherever that is, your background up here, right? Blocks and borders. Okay, I lost my place. The background's right here, reading upside down. So what I have is we're using this week, we're using the tree print. And so I have the tree print and the accent. I picked 2 accents. I wasn't sure where I was going to go with it, but you'll notice my accents are darker than the tree. So just a little tip there. 2 greens, but what I've got for the tree, which is big, more yardage, I have lighter color than the accent. The accent is a darker color. So just a little tip there. And now we got the layer cake. So this week we've got presents, prezzies, and prezzies. So I have to pick some present fabric. There's 5 different presents, and so they are going to be against the green tree fabric, right? And then there'll be accent, your background here in these corners like this. So let me pull this out. Now I want to use they're nice big pieces there. I do want to use some of the sort of larger fun prints, but I want to alternate. Do you see how in the diagram it's sort of darker, light, dark, light, dark? You don't have to do that. It does give it some symmetry if you want to, but I am just going to look here. So I definitely want this one. Definitely want that one. Of course, I'm not going to pick the background again, and I don't want this very light package. You do have to have the bow. So in a way, that might be good for the bow, and I have 2 of them. So I'll put that aside kind of as a bow. Here's a package. See, I could have a package with the angels, like wrapping paper with the angels. So that's 2 lights. So if I did 2 lights, I might want to have some that are a little darker. So I could go into the navy. I don't want to use the greens. I think I'm going to stay away from the greens a bit. And so I've got some reds. I could do one plaid because that's a big shape. I could do a plaid package. I could do these figures again, red, and then if I wanted, there's another red. I could do 2 reds, 2 red packages, or I could mix it up and do white and teal. But I think I'm going to go with the reds. So I will do, maybe I'll do the trees. That's what I'll do. The trees. And they're all the same. This is like, there's 2 shades of red. Do you see that in this particular line? These are little lighter red, and this is a little bit more burgundy. So I'm going to go with the burgundy, and I would have these 5 as the packages, and then I will go ahead and do, I think, the lights. I will do the bow with the white background, and then I think I'm going to grab the teal for the bow on the others, or maybe I'll do them all teal. I don't know. I might audition that. Okay, so let me cut them up and make my row. So definitely doing some fussy cutting on this particular fabric. So I have the angel, and I managed to get a little bird in here, and this is the tall presents. Now I'm using the red version of this as well, and here it's like, well, the present isn't as tall, and so I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm going to get this angel and that bird, and so I can do that if I'm frugal there, because yeah, it's going to be like right in this range. The other thing I was looking at was just picking up the white bird, and see, I could do the white bird, but then I'd have to get right on the edge of that angel. So the bird and the angel, but I kind of like the format of this one better. So that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to fold up my audition for the bow into a square, taking the layer cake and then just folding it and then holding it. Here's a white one on the red, which of course looks fabulous. And then the white on the package is, you know, you don't see it as much. You don't see it as much. So is that good? Is that bad? You know, it just kind of blends in with the package. There, the present. So what about if we did the blue? Let's see how that looks. And for the red, the one thing I'm finding here is I'm not so keen on this against the green in this little spot. I don't know. So I pulled navy. I pulled navy, the same print in navy. And what does the package look like here? There it is, like this. Here's the present. So the navy looks good. The navy looks good. I'm going to go with the navy bow on these guys. Here it is. So darling. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Look how cute the little presents are. And I like the navy. I like the pop of navy for the bow. Whoops, my hand's not working there. Yeah, the pop of navy for the bow. I just think that turned out super cute. Okay, so this is the lighter green, like I told you. So just think about that when you're picking your fabrics. All right, so I'll just stick it up here. So now I have something up here on the wall. It's long, so pictures, showing pictures of it are kind of good. I have to do something creative. All right, so I talked about my teddy bear quilt. We did teddy bear tea party. We talked about teddy bear tea party, and I said the quilt needed some more. It needed some more quilting in the body of the bear. So I did that, and I want to show it to you a little bit up close, just some thoughts and the process. First thing I'm going to do is just get this task out of the way, which is putting a little bit more quilting on Evan the bear. Then I can just put it back onto the shelf. But the body needs a little bit more. So I had to switch over to the darning foot for the free motion quilting. And then I'm also going to do just a little bit of stitching on a sample piece before I start, because I haven't free motion for a little while. So it just lets the mind memory sort of warm up before I go to the real project. So I'm going to get the other camera and just show you what I'm going to do. I put on the free motion foot. This is an open toe version. If it were closed toe, it would be a whole completed circle. Open toe a lot of people like because it gives you a little bit more visibility. The loop doesn't block what you're looking at. Now on my Solaris Vision, I will switch over to have the feed dogs drop. So I push that into these other functions, drop the feed dogs, and then it tells me what foot should be on here to do this kind of quilting. So if I'm going to just do a little bit of testing, I just want to, you know, try it out just to see, you know, get the feel of it before I go to the final project. So I don't want to have to undo anything. Kind of get some speed, decide how much, you know, what kind of speed do I want. And then when I'm done, I will just go ahead and cut it. This is a sample piece. And then flip it to the back and be sure that the back looks good. So I was going probably a little bit too fast for that tension. Do you see how that is? This is called railroading, so it's like not embedded down in like it is over here. It's kind of straight, and I am sewing one-handed there, so that wasn't the best. So I'll work on that a little bit, and then I'll just retest it and see if it was just my quilting one-handed, and then I will come over here. And let's see, I will be just, so what I'm going to do is just quilt around here and then here. I don't think I need to do anything in the legs. It's not that much, but his face needs some quilting. There's actually no quilting in the face. You can see how it's like, you can see all the folds sort of, you know, there's nothing holding that down. It's as big as my hand. So I will do a bit of quilting on the face, probably just outlining. And then, I don't know, maybe doing another little line. It just needs some work. And then it can be, it's fully quilted, and I can put it back on the shelf. So you can see for the body, I started here, I went down, back up, met that point here, and then just did another straight line and a loop at the bottom. And then sort of mimic that same thing by starting here and going down and up and around. And at this point I went down, made a tiny loop, and then back. And so that gives both of those areas of the body enough fill now that they're nice and flat. So up on the face, I need to work where I can see it a little bit better. So I actually like to work with it upside down. This way my brain works. And so I will be starting about the same, that distance in, which is maybe, not a half an inch, but a little less than half an inch in. And I will go up, and I think I might just go around this part and then down like that, and then over here make a little bit of a looping like I did down there. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me just see if you can capture a little bit of that. I'll bring it in a bit. Here we go. Try to keep my hands out of the way, but because I'm quilting, that's not always possible. All right, so I'm just going to do a couple stitches in place and then come around up to the eyebrows and then down, and I think just around the nose and around the mouth, down that second, down the seam in the front of the bear's face. And at this point, now I have some area in there, so I just think I'm going to go ahead and do another little loop in here and then just give it that texture. A couple stitches in place again and tie it off. Cut it off rather. All right, so on the other side, and I'm using my hands like as a hoop, so I'm sort of keeping it nice and flat. And I will start, I think I'm gonna start up here and do this eyebrow part. That might just be its own little section, at the forehead rather, above the eyebrows. Just sort of echo that in a triangle. Okay, I'll cut that off. And then now I'll do the other side of the face here, where there is, it's still, a big space. It needs something. Okay, a couple stitches in place, come down here above the eye and around the mouth, and then down where the face stitches are and across. And now I have this whole cheek area that I can come up and around and just sort of, build a little bit of structure in here, build a little texture, just so that it's not flopping all around, and then be done. So let me just pull it out and you can see. So here he goes. Here he is. And I think, can you see him? There we go. I don't know if you can see him. See the lighting. Lighting is so weird. Okay, I think you can see there. There's his face. Up close there, so now you can see the face and the body. So there you can kind of see the stitching on the back since I used the white thread. You can tell what it is. So here he is, Mr. Evan the bear, a little grumpy old-fashioned bear. So I could have something else up here on the wall. There we go. So the wall's not so bare. It doesn't stay empty for very long. I also never did mention that I have the July in I'm just a regular calendar book that I put what I work on every day. And I got a little behind, but then I sort of started filling in. So I just write down what it is I worked on that day. And it just helps me to sort of glance at it and see like I have a day that I didn't sew or stitch or do anything, and I'm having very much a lack of cross stitching at the moment, but that's just the way the seasons roll. I will get back into that. Okay, I want to show you something that we'll be making a little later this year. It's not on the calendar yet. It will be on the calendar in August, so I got to figure out when we're going to start. But my friend Wendy Shepard has a brand new book. Look how cute this is! Christmas quilting. And we are going to do this quilt, which is a fantastic scrap buster. So look at that. So let me just show you. I'll just pop a picture up. I can do that easier than in the book. So here's a picture of the full quilt. So you can see that the block has the tree in the middle and has all of this kind of wonderful scrappiness. And so we are going to make that. It is going to be so darling. So darling. And you could even make some blocks as a table runner. You could make it as a pillow. And of course, there's lots of other cute projects in here as well. And so this book, you can pick it up now so that you can do a project page for it. I'm just so excited that the book it just came out. So it's actually in the stores, just hitting the stores now. So I want to get it out to you to think about. And I have progress on the baskets. So I got another basket done. So this is the third row, and I probably have changed my mind again, and I'm going to add it to the third row. And I've started the fourth row. So, whoops. So I have the fourth row actually very close to done. So the center of the baskets are done, and then this is the start of the fourth row. So then there's only just 2 more of these blocks to do. Yeah, I just want to move that one forward. Now the other projects, I didn't work on any pillows or anything like that. I did sew up some of the half square triangles that I cut on the AccuQuilt when I was doing that demo for the project, the festivals, the Black Wednesday, Festivals of Fireworks. So I had these that I needed to sew up, and I made a little block, so they will go in block central. And the part center up here, which some of these I'm going to look through to use in the critter quilts. So I'm going to see if there are blocks that will fit with critter quilts to sort of intersperse a little bit with them, give some variety. All right, my friend, you are making Evergreen. If you are resisting, just stop. Just stop. You will love this. You can just go through what you already own, your fabrics. If you didn't buy any yet, you can just go through and get them. Or you can just get, if you love this fabric, which I love, you can get this too. All right. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.